Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sunday live stream. How's everyone doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's first and foremost an amazing Sunday. It's an honor to be in front of you guys right now. Truly an honor to be alive in this moment in time. Many people are not alive to be here in this moment in time. I want to bring that forth in this first particular moment. Remember this in this moment. Okay, whatever you are going through at this time. Okay, whatever you're going through at this time. And I know that there's some serious stuff people are going through. Okay, I work with clients. I get to get a good feeling energetically of what's going on. And I know that there's some serious stuff going on in people's lives, but I want to bring this forth, and that is that you are alive right now to see this transmission. You are alive right now to be watching this. You are alive right now to enjoy Okay, all of life, all of what life has to offer to you. And we know, okay, coming from the guides and angels and myself, we know that sometimes life is not always going to offer you the greatest picnic in the world. Sometimes that picnic is going to serve you up some stuff that's a little uncomfortable to eat. And sometimes you're going to wish, man, I wish I hadn't eaten that thing from the picnic that life just gave me. But you know what? I ate it anyways because that's the experience of what life is. And I signed up for this. And I know that no matter what happens, that next time, there's going to be a better picnic, okay? Because I've learned from the last one, and I damn sure know I'm not eating that thing again from what the picnic was from life last time. So with that being said, welcome to the live stream, everyone. My name is Brandon Tobias. It's a true honor to have you all here on our channel. And if you're new here to what this is, I want to explain for a second what this is, what this movement is all about. And before I get into that, I want to share what you're going to get if you decide to stick around and watch this. This live stream, it happens every week at 1 p.m. MST. Today we're a little behind schedule, so I apologize. But what you get from this weekly live stream is you get clarity, okay? What I do, my gift is to be able to channel messages from Source, the angels, the guides, and to speak them out to whoever needs to hear them at this moment in time. And this includes clarity in your love situation. This includes clarity in your career, your finances, okay? If you're going through challenges, if you're going through struggles, if you watch this live stream, you will likely get the answer you needed to hear. There will be something in here for everyone, okay? Whether that's in love, whether that's in career, whether that's in finances, there will be something in here for everyone. So whatever that is for you, just be sure and be open to it. Wait for that timing to come along, and you'll know when the message is for you. But more so than that, this is, if you're watching this and you decide to, keep watching this, and these messages do resonate with you, the entire goal of this weekly live stream is to bring people together in a way that allows them to unite with each other, not just in this live stream, but here on the earth. And one thing I want to say in this moment is, many people are disconnected, okay, from themselves, from humanity, from each other. And one of the missions that I have here to bring forth is to bring people back into themselves, to bring people to connect back into their hearts, to bring people to connect back into their souls every single week by channeling these messages. So whether it's through your embodiment of the energy that comes through my voice as I speak, or you get inspired and you go speak out Source's messages for the world, God's messages for the world, for other people, that's the whole purpose behind this. To gather every week to give as many people the inspiration as possible so that they can go change the world in their own way. And if you're not a speaker, that's okay. Whatever you are, that's okay. You could just embody this. You could just embody the messages that are going to come through that resonate with you. And in doing that, you will also change the trajectory in the lives of the people around you. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started. I want to go over the general schedule of today's live stream. Today's live stream is going to be featuring a couple things. Number one, we're going to be getting channeled messages from the guides and angels, generally speaking, in love and in life. Okay, these are just messages that they want to bring forth at this time for the collective, generally speaking. Okay, so what's going on Earth, what we're all going through, what we need to know in this particular moment. Then we're going to be going into specific clarity if you are in a love situation, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're on the twin soul journey, whether you're in a situationship. We're going to be giving general clarity in that situation from the guides and angels, specifically what you need to know in your situation if you do decide to watch this. And then lastly, but not least, we're going to be going through career/purpose channeled messages. Okay, so there's going to be those main three segments of today. And again, if you are not wanting to watch the love part, but you want to know about career and finances, that's perfect. If you want to watch the love part, but you don't care about career and finances, that's perfect. Find your area and know that there's going to be channel messages for everyone that shows up today, no matter what. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's say hi to the chat. Hello here on TikTok. How is everyone? Hello, hello. And we're also live on YouTube. So quick reminder for those of you guys on TikTok, we are live on YouTube and TikTok. And so each has a different experience as well as a different chat experience. All right. All right. Hey, there's Aaron. Hey, Angela. Aaron. David. Hello. Hello. Christy. Hello. Hey, Steven. Welcome. Hattie. Hello. Sammy says hello. Tuning in from Illinois. She's an Aries. Awesome. Fellow Aries. Welcome to the live stream. Perfect. All right. So let's go ahead and get started here. And let's just bring forth some messages as to what we need to know in this particular moment in time. Guides and angels, loved ones, masters and wise ones, angels and archangels, through the power of unconditional love. What is it right now that the collective needs to know for their greatest and highest good in this moment in time? Okay. The biggest thing right now that, if you're watching this, you might need to hear, okay, is that it's most important to find a way to open up to your own sense of peace and understanding. There may be something going on in your life, if you're watching this, that you quite frankly just don't understand. And you're like, it's this thing that's in front of you, and you're like, it's just this black kind of orb, right? Faceless, nameless, and there's no output, there's no reception back from it. It's just kind of a blank face, right? And so you might not understand why this thing is in your life or what's going on within this thing in your life, okay? And it's kind of just a confusing presence, okay, I would say, that you're looking at. And part of the purpose for this, whatever this is that's in your life that you're not fully able to understand right now, there's really no way you can fully comprehend what's going on with it or why it's there or what it's doing or what's happening, okay, with that thing, whatever that is for you, is so that you can come into the ability to find your own peace and to find your own understanding no matter what you are facing in life, no matter what you are looking at, no matter what you do or don't understand. There always can be, and has to be, for our highest good, the ability to step back into owning and understanding and accepting our own peace within our hearts, within our souls. Okay? And owning and knowing the fact that that peace and that understanding is always, constantly accessible to us. And even though it may be difficult, okay, and there's circumstances that are certainly difficult, right? Who can attest that they might be going through some difficult circumstances right now in their life, emotionally, personally, and whatever they're going through. Even though it may be difficult, at the end of the day, we have to find ways, no matter what it takes, to find and understand and accept in our own peace and our own sense of understanding about whatever it is that's going on in our lives, okay? Because likely that thing that we're referring to is not allowing you, right? It's not giving you that sense of peace and understanding that you might have come to rely on, right? That thing in your life, it might be just this blank orb that's a presence there, but then it's not able to give you this tangible source of peace or understanding that you might have come to rely on. That might be your place of reliance, okay? Reliance, where you might have overstepped that reliance, okay? And so how can we, with the knowledge of what this, or whatever this is that's going on, with the knowledge of that thing showing up in that way, how can we still take the responsibility in this moment in time in order to find and own our own inner peace inside of our hearts in this moment in time? Okay? That is the most important thing in this moment in time. If you can take responsibility and claim and know that regardless of what is happening in your life in this moment in time, you can find your own you can find your own peace, you can find your own understanding about this, you can find your own comprehension, you can find your own information, right? If you were to ask source about this thing that's showing up, you can find out what that information is. But most of all, you can find out what your own embodiment is. And I'm going to explain that in a second, embodiment, what that word means. Okay? So whenever there's something like this that's going on circumstantially, it forces us to go deeper into our body. It forces us to go deeper into our embodiment of this situation. An embodiment is simply going into the pieces of our soul, going into the pieces of our heart, our stomach, our solar plexus, our legs, our feet, going into those places where the body will tell you the story, and the body will allow you to understand more of how you're meant to respond to this particular thing, this particular stimulus inside of your life, right? This is the science of embodiment that no one teaches, okay? We're taught to try and figure it out with the head, right? How many people are in a situation where they're trying to figure it out logically, and they're trying to come into an understanding of how to wrap their minds around what's happening, and it's just not working. And the mind just keeps coming up with millions and millions of answers, and this type of answer, and this type of answer, and then it's come to this conclusion, but then a second later it's come to that conclusion all the way across the board, okay? And we never end up knowing what's truth from what's reality from what's lies, okay? Because the mind's not meant to figure these things out. That's the real truth of it. We're taught that we should figure everything out from the minds, but how's that worked for people so far who are trying to figure out this situation that we're referring to? Okay. So the answer is not in the mind, but this situation is meant to teach us the science of embodiment, which is trusting that our body is going to let us know the answers. Specifically, our heart chakra is the main bodily communicator, I would say, the heart chakra in the stomach, of allowing us to understand specifically how we are meant to respond, what this thing is teaching us to be and to step into in our lives, okay? And really pushing us further down the line towards our true soul path, our true soul purpose, with the understanding that it's our body that contains the truth of what we really are and our true soul purpose, and not the mind, okay? Not the mind's figuring it out. And once you can surrender, okay, everyone in this room, including myself, once we can surrender to that, surrender to, all right, it's not in the mind's domain, but the body, I know, can figure this out specifically and give me the answers I'm looking for. And then the mind, I can allow the mind to surrender to the body's understanding of what we need to be and what we need to show up as. Then we can find our own peace. Okay, then the mind will stop going crazy because it doesn't have the answers, and surrender to the knowingness of the body. Okay? And then the second thing we got to do after that is we have to trust the knowingness of the body, because part of the issue here that's happened here for people is that we've lost how to trust our own bodies. Yeah, we've lost how to listen, to surrender, and to trust our own bodies. Like, our body will give us our answer. Okay, let's say last night I was having my pizza, Saturday pizza. And I had some leftover tacos as well. That's my kind of night to eat well, we'll say. And then late at night, I went to grab a taco after eating pizza, and my body was like, "Man, no, you this is not what you want to do. This is not what I want right now." And my mind was like, "Oh, but what do you mean? Like I it's okay. It's a Saturday night. I tend to eat late on Saturday nights anyways, right?" Trying to make excuses. But my body was like, no, we really don't want you to eat this, okay? Just trust us, because this is how we need to show up in this situation. And so I have a choice in that moment, right, as to whether I'm going to allow my mind to trust and surrender to what my body is trying to tell me, my body knows intuitively, or to fight it, and to fight it, to have that taco. And so I kind of went halfway. I took a bite. I took an extra bite, and then I surrendered to my body. So I'm still on the journey of surrendering to my body too, believe it or not. That's kind of what my lifelong purpose and journey is. But I know intuitively that my body is always right. That's really, my body knows best. And when I can surrender my mind to that, okay, then it does allow me to move faster and farther down my path, my purpose, than trying to figure it out alone. Okay? So that's the first message. So be willing. There's specifically something in all of our lives, all right? And it doesn't have to be the same one. It could be in love, it could be career, it could be finances, right? There's something, it could be with family. There's something here that's just not giving you any answers. And so if that's happening to you, find the body, find your soul, and rest and surrender in that, because that will give you the answers you need. That will give you the peace and understanding you're looking for. And that will allow you to stand and embody how you're meant to respond to that situation. Okay. Okay, good. Is there any other messages, guides, and angels, loved ones, masters, and wise ones in this moment in time? Yeah, they want to say specifically, okay, when it comes to the body right now, the only place, and we'll take you through a little exercise here in a second for everyone watching, the only place that you will find the answers, all right? They want to give you this. If you're looking for answers, okay, this will solve this issue. If you're looking for answers, if you want to know about a situation in your life, you want to know about a person in your life, how they're doing, if you want to know about, a job or a career or anything like that, remember your heart is a transceiver. It's like a radio antenna for the emotions and the soul, timeless. So they want you to be willing to ask your heart for the answers you're looking for, the answers your mind is looking for in this particular moment. And you can practice this almost as a science, right? This isn't just like an esoteric blah, blah, blah. This is a literal, you have a question, you can ask your heart and say, hey, I want to know what's going on in this situation, or why this really happened, or what's really happening in this situation. Can you please tell me the truth? And no matter what it appears to be that your mind is perceiving things to be, right? Because again, we know the mind can also perceive things in different situations in a way that that's not really reality. Oftentimes, the mind will do that when we have these filters on. Yeah, our mind will have filters because of our past, and they'll look at a present situation and they'll go, oh, that situation's like that. And it'll give that filter. So it'll drive us crazy because on some level we know that's not the truth. And so what do? And so the heart is always pure. It's going to be pure in that situation. All right. The heart is going to lead you back home. The heart is going to lead you back to the truth of what's happening objectively in any situation. And then the last question is, are you going to trust that? Okay. And their advice, of course, is trust in your hearts right now. It will be the thing that brings you home. It will be the thing that brings you home. Okay. Trust, 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 trust. All right. So let's move right into the next section. That was the general message and understanding. I sense today is going to be a little different because I think there's a lot they need to say, and specifically this is a lot they need to say about love specifically. Okay, it's what I'm getting very strongly. So I feel today's main essence of messages will be around love, will be around relationships, and just giving us all clarity in what we need to know in this moment in time. Okay. So just know that was the first section, generally speaking. Next section will be about love and relationships, and then we'll go on from there and see where they want me to go with this. All right? Let's read some comments really quickly and see how everyone's doing. Was just having some more tampering with my devices before I tuned in. Hope I don't affect the whole chat, but it wouldn't be a surprise. That kind of thing happened. All good, Amy. We are safe and protected here. But thank you. Hi, Heather. How's it going? Beautiful. All right, let's get into it. All right, so yeah, let's go to the next section. So this is going to be about love and relationships specifically. So what is it we need to know right now for our highest and greatest good in terms of love, in terms of relationship in this moment in time, guides and angels? What do you have for us in this moment in time? All right, so they were starting to say this before I interrupted and made the transition, but I'll go ahead and get into it because I sense today is all going to be merged together anyways. I was saying the merging of two souls, okay, the marriage of two souls right now is what's happening. If you're confused, if you are confused about your external circumstances, this is specifically in love and relationships right now, you have nothing to fear, because what's happening is the merging of two different essences together on an internal and or spiritual level that is meant to combine the best of both parties together into one single unit to be able to provide as much impact for the world as possible. Okay? So what's going on right now specifically is they're calling it a preparatory period. A preparatory period where both souls are going through their very necessary, and they're saying very sped up or expedited process of preparation to be able to engage in this merging process. Okay, this merging process. And just please know, as a human, I'm just channeling here, so I'm probably just in shock, as much shock and surprise as you guys, but let's keep going. But they're saying it required, okay, for most individuals, it required space and time. Space and time, those two key factors, physically and emotionally, space and time, to be able to prepare for this process. Okay? Because they're saying the act of two souls merging together to become one, the act of that happening on a spiritual level requires that both go through a cleansing process. Because as there is so much light that is required to be able to merge these two souls together, nothing that is reminiscent of darkness, reminiscent of the past, reminiscent of the ego, okay, that's being held on to, can withstand that. And it would be too intense of a process, they're saying, if that were to happen instantaneously, okay? So imagine if two souls were to come together and just merge instantaneously. All of the darkness, all of the stuff, all of the baggage that each were carrying in their hearts emotionally, just to be all transmuted all at once, it would be way too overwhelming, okay? Way too intense of a process. So it has to be gradual. And for it to be gradual, there has to be time, there has to be space, there has to be independence, okay, from one another. And this is why on the external, they're saying, in the physical reality and the external, it may seem like a completely different situation, depending on your particular situation. It may seem like a completely different situation for everyone in the external, in the physical reality, compared to what's going on spiritually or emotionally. I.e., you may be having very strong spiritual or emotional or intuitive feelings, knowingness, knowledge of what's going on, okay? Intuition about what's going on with them, what's going on with you, what's going on in your situation. And that may be completely contradictory with what you are seeing, okay? What you are seeing or what you are experiencing in the physical reality. And so there's a temptation, okay? Always there's a temptation with this to just think, oh my God, I'm crazy. Like, I'm crazy. How can I feel so different inside versus what I'm experiencing physically? Because I've been trained my whole life to believe what I see, to believe what I experience, to believe and to take, right, what the reality is, the physical reality is, as the actual reality. And while that is true, that is 100% true, to be willing to accept what is happening physically in a physical reality, they also want you to understand that the reality that's going on internally as well, that's going to feel even more pronounced or stronger than the external reality, is the one that is also actually happening at the same time. Okay? So part of this whole process, okay, and they said the word experiment. I don't know why they said experiment. Maybe we're the first ones that they're experimenting this on. Part of this whole process or experiment is to be able to handle that experience of the physical or 3D perception of something being completely different than your own internal reality. And then slowly but surely opting into trusting that internal reality above and beyond all things. Above and beyond all things. Okay? And trusting that no matter what, right, you are safe to trust those words, trust those messages, trust those feelings from your heart, no matter what that is, and no matter what you're perceiving mentally outside of that, or even what other people are telling you, okay, or what they're advising you, or what it seems like. You are the captain of your own ship, and your ship is receiving its own incoming communication and sending communication as well, by the way. And only you know how to navigate that particular ship. And right now, that's our only choice, really. Our only choice to be navigating that ship is to be down in the bunkers inside and to be paying close attention to what that intuition is telling us to be able to navigate it through the choppy waters. Okay? And it is choppy waters. Yeah, it is very choppy waters. They want to assure you of that. We are going through choppy waters when it comes to this whole thing. All right? So they want you to be able to find peace. Okay, if this is hitting in your heart and you're feeling for you that this is truth for you, okay, and it may or may not be everyone. I trust that whoever's showing up, there's about the same amount of people on TikTok as there is YouTube. So whoever's showing up, this is definitely meant for you. Okay. They want you to trust the truth that's inside and find peace in the fact that this is a preparation. This is a preparation for something much greater, all right, than just a 3D physical relationship. This is a very special group as well, they want to share, of souls, okay, who came down onto Earth with the plan to go through this particular process, and who would be tested, who signed up to be tested specifically not only in their trust and their intuition and their heart around this process, but also in the persistence of the process as well. Because as some of you may know, it's not an easy process. Yeah, it's not an easy, necessarily fun process to have all of your present and past life deepest stuff come up to the surface to be transmuted and to be healed and to be handled by you as quickly as possible. But they also want to assure us that that's what we signed up for. That's what you signed up for. If you're watching this, if this is resonating with you, this is what you signed up for. And this is a journey that's heading towards its completion. This is a journey that's heading towards its completion. Meaning that part of, and we're going to get a little deep here. So if we're not already too deep, we're going to be going even deeper. Because for some reason today, they just wanted to give it all this higher information, okay, about what's going on in relationships and love and true love on Earth right now. The goal of coming together here on Earth in this lifetime was to almost was to experience a hybrid union, hybrid soul spiritual union. Meaning that we were meant to actually merge, okay, and experience and be conscious and aware of that merging of essences while here on Earth, while operating in a physical reality and operating in our mission. Okay? So operating together physically side by side with the knowledge that you are sharing the same soul. You are sharing the same essence, that you are one, that you are completed, that you are merged with this person. But it was a hybrid in the fact that, and they're saying it's never been done before, by the way, so just new information. It's never been done like this before. It's a hybrid in that you're not just going to ascend, okay, right away to the next dimension or to a higher dimension. No, you came here to have a hybrid merging, to do a mission, physically do a mission, and have an experience here on Earth with that, but with the physical reality of Earth. And then also to be able to come back, okay, to come back in future lifetimes to continue that merging process. And I don't think they're going to give us too much information about that because it's not relevant. But they want to tell us in this moment in time that this is the start and a hybrid merging of souls, of essences, okay, in this lifetime on Earth, okay? So to break it down a little further, and if this is new to you, that's great. If you are knowing, you're aware of what I'm talking about, awesome. Wherever you're at with this, chances are if you're hearing this and it's got your attention, you can kind of feel intuitively you're meant for this. But on Earth right now, it was meant for a large group of individuals to come together specifically because they knew, right, guides and angels, they knew that would set Earth on a new trajectory to be able to work together, to come together and to experience true love. Because as the Earth raises her vibration, okay, it also brings with it a new foundation and a new understanding of what love is. And relationships are just a vehicle for the expression of love, okay? They're a vehicle for the expression of love and true love. There is no true relationship without the essence of love, okay? So the future of relationships will be built on true love. The future of relationships will be built on true love. They won't be built on just hanging out or wounds or attachments or just experiences alone. They will be built on the essence of true love, and everyone will know what they are looking for, what their match is, what their other half is, who they're meant to be with in this lifetime and in future lifetimes too. And everyone has a different rate at which they're meant to meet this person, okay? So now to get into the juicier details is they want to say, you may have already met this person, okay, and know exactly who I'm referring to, and you may not have met this person, all right? But just trust that if you're hearing this, that you're meant to hear this because that's what's coming for you. That's what your journey has been about. That's what you've been coming into understanding about as well, okay? So everyone has a different rate. Everyone has a different, perhaps even lifetime. But overall, there will be an existence someday in the future where humanity has come together with their person. And they've completed that journey. And believe it or not, that's for every soul that volunteers to do that. Every soul that volunteers to say, yes, I would like to experience that true love. I would like to experience what love is on Earth. I would like to help Earth to rise, to be in a higher vibration, to reach the next level of its existence through this journey, right? Through the journey of true love. Everyone who volunteers in that will find and be with their person, their other half. The person that God intended for them in this or any future lifetime. So I want to bring this message as well, that they're saying is that part is inevitable. That part is inevitable. And if you know you signed up for that journey, if you are aware that I signed up for that journey, that part of the deal is inevitable because it's what you signed up for. It's what you're going for. It's what you are involved in this moment in time. But the timing of which, when you know and when you've met the right person and when you and that person are meant to have your merging experience, and not just your merging experience, but your physical experience to be able to change the world and impact Earth, not just through vibration, but through your actions as well and what you decide to build together. Okay? That part is all in the works. Okay? And some people have already started. There are what I like to call twin souls. There are twin souls here on Earth that are coming together or have come together already and who are already doing that work in this moment in time as I speak. So this isn't like a new, first time thing. No, there's already people that are doing it right now in this particular moment. There are already people who are leading this charge, having this experience and changing the world. But the reason you're hearing it now is because you are some of the first. This is one of the first groups where this quote unquote experiment and this movement is happening. Okay, is happening. So they wanted to bring that forth to help with some of us and our understanding, all of us, and our understanding of what's really going on, okay, in love and in life. There's a higher message, there's a higher movement to all of this. It's not just your personal life and what you're going through. And I know that obviously can be intense and crazy and all the things, but there's a bigger story to this. There's a bigger movement. There's a bigger intention that God has for you when it comes to love and relationships. And so what you can do now in that process, as you're going through that process, in order to help that process along, okay, in order to help that process along, is to truly find what it is that makes you tick. That's what they're saying. What makes you tick? Like they're showing me a watch and it tick, 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 tick. Okay. The thing that makes that watch tick is a little either solar powered or just a little battery. Okay. And that battery has a certain lifespan, of course. But it energizes the watch to tick, 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 tick along. And sometimes us humans can be like a watch without our battery. And we can just be existing, right? And in our existing, we go through certain experiences, we meet certain people, we go to different jobs, and all the while we're missing our battery. And other people are coming along and they're tick, 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 they're ticking us for us. So getting sounding pretty weird. If what I said wasn't weird enough, here's some more weird stuff. They're ticking us along for us, okay? Instead of us finding our battery, owning our battery, and allowing us to self-tick, okay? Self-tick. Tick that little wand down, okay? And in order to help this process, you got to find what makes you tick. Because if you can't find what makes you tick, you're never going to be able to have full control, right? Complete and full control over your life and your life circumstances either, right? And if you don't have control of your life circumstances, it's going to constantly be going in directions that you are not necessarily fulfilled or satisfied by. Okay. And this is the biggest issue that we can see right now, right? Coming from the guides and angels, the biggest holdup, the biggest inconvenience is that most people, if you're watching this, they don't know what makes them tick. They don't know what makes them move. And they keep getting themselves into situations, and this will manifest itself with relationships. It will manifest itself within jobs. It will manifest itself within finances or other circumstances. We will repeatedly get ourselves into situations where we are unfulfilled, where we are frustrated, we feel out of control, and we feel like we are not in charge of our own destiny. Okay? So to help this process, the specific other energetic process that's happening right now is to discover, what is it that makes me want to move myself along a certain path in this moment in time? I'll repeat that. What is it that makes me want to move myself along a certain path right now in this moment in time? What makes me be able to self-energize, to self-tick? That will take it away or release the necessity of other people ticking me along for me on my behalf. Okay. If you can find that thing that allows you to tick, that allows you to move forward, that allows you to take empowerment over your own life, that allows you the energy to be able to move forward right now, whatever that is, you will never ever have to worry about any other outside situation that's out of your control ever again. Because you will always have that thing inside of you that allows you to find the passion, find the motivation, find the love inside to help you move forward. You see? It takes the power away from anything else outside of you to have any control over you and any dictation over you, and to keep you stuck, emotionally to keep you stuck by that thing. You take your own power back. And when you take your own power back, now, officially, you can be for the first time in complete control. In complete control of where you take your life circumstances, what you create. Okay, there's a difference here between creation and doingness. Creation and doingness are very different things. Okay? And you start to consciously create the direction in your life that you want to go and what you want to see, what you want to experience, who you want to be. Okay? And in doing that, because it satisfies a need, here's a little bit of the psychology behind it as well, all right? Not just spiritual stuff. In doing that, because it satisfies a need that all humans have to have control over something, okay? If we are just completely out of control of everything in our life, and everything is just left up to chance, everything is left up to fate, okay? That's not the most comfortable, grounding, secure feeling, okay? There's got to be some certain things, no matter how spiritual you are, okay, and I'm pretty spiritual, that you have in control. All right, let's just take your living situation, for example. If you didn't know if you were going to be able to keep living where you're at every single month and it was consistently uncertain, you wouldn't be able to really have the confidence to build anything, to build your life there, to rest, okay, to rest, to find yourself, to establish your identity, okay? Because you wouldn't be sure. The universe might say at any moment, okay, now this is gone. You're going to be somewhere else. So you're going to be like, all right, well, I guess maybe I should kind of keep everything up in the air because I'm not really sure if I'm going to be here next month, right? So you have to have some things that are under your control, where you have a say and you have done everything possible to have that. And say, no matter what, as far as I can control, I am certain, almost 100% certain. You can never be 100% certain of anything, right? But if I am nearly 99.8% certain that I will be here next month and the month after that and for 6 months and for 12 months at least. Unless something crazy happens, that's a very small chance. I'm certain of that. Okay? And when we get to that level of certainty, that provides a foundation for us to be able to grow in different ways, to find yourself in different ways, right? And to let go of control of other things in our life, okay, where we are not meant to have the control over it. All right, does that make sense? So, but if we don't have control over anything, we're going to be seeking for control over something. And most of the time we grasp at things that are outside of our control, like people, relationships, jobs, businesses, things like that. Okay? So look for the things right now that you can take control of in your life, which will create and satisfy that need for certainty so that you can let go of control of things that are not meant to be in your control or can't be in your control right now. And then start to move your life into an area of creation based on the control you've taken over it, of that part of ourselves. That makes sense to everyone. That makes sense to everyone. So, while we have to balance, of course, like control and creation and then letting go of control, that's a very difficult balance for many of us, okay, myself included. It does start with having some level of empowerment, of control, of taking ownership so that you can take your direction and create from there. And then use your other gifts of letting go of everything else, letting go of, maybe the outcome, or letting go of when or how or all those other things we're not meant to control, that the universe is meant to control. And essentially take ownership over our parts, take ownership over our part and responsibility in the co-creation process. Yep. Okay. So when it comes to love and relationships, I know we got a little off track there, but trust me, this is all related. That's what they want you to do. That's the most important thing they want you to do in this moment in time, is to take back that control over the part of your life that you've left out of control for far too long. And to take control over finding that part of you that makes you tick, what it is inside of you that really makes you tick, that you really want to experience in this lifetime, that you really have the strongest desire to be, to do, to go towards, to have, to explore. Okay, what is that for you? And then once you have that very clearly in your heart, or you've written this down somewhere, and you know the game plan for yourself as to, all right, this is what makes me tick. It may be different from whatever I thought I was, but this is really what makes me tick. This is really what I want to experience in this lifetime. This is who I really am. And make it too personal to you, right? Make it personal to you so that you have 100% control over what that is. Don't make it dependent on anything or anyone else outside of you, right? No matter how you feel about them or that, make it personal to what you and you alone can do and you can experience in this lifetime. And then start to use that to move into that direction. And I promise you now, if you're able to do that, everything outside of that, the worries, the concerns, the things out of your control, right, in relationships and love, they will start to fade away because everything will start to come back into alignment. Everything will start to come back into alignment. So long as you do that, okay, that's the most important thing you can do for yourself right now. And then trust the process. Because after you've done that, you've done your part, right? So then you could just lay back and trust the process and go, all right, I've done my part. And if someone's meant to be with me, I know that they will be with me. And if not, that's okay. Whatever else is meant to happen will happen. Then you can let go. Then you can trust the process. But it'll be easier because you've taken that part of control. Yeah, the theme here is taking ownership. Taking ownership. Where can we take ownership over where we were unfulfilled? Where we are or where we were unfulfilled in our life. Good. All right. So that's what I have for love and relationships specifically. Let me take a quick second here. And we're going to be going into career and finances specifically after this. And then we'll close out, of course, with general messages in love and in life. Whatever it is we need to know for our highest and greatest good. Okay. Let's take a second and read some any comments and questions here. Eva Maria Aquarius here. I'm sure I have a mission here to guide. Awesome. Helena from Utah. Welcome. Leo from Utah. Thiv says, this could not be any more accurate in terms of healing and feeling like the process is being sped up. Healing the ticking is all I've been doing for the past 2 years. I literally practice this daily. That's awesome, Thiv. Thanks for sharing. Amy says, more than one spiritual book, article, school of thought, etc. that I've read, they caution that soulmate stuff is not always the bliss we imagine, but full of unpleasantness our soul's growth planned. Yes, I would agree with that. Yes. Eva Maria says, finances are important now for me. Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to get into the finances and business part as well. I feel unfulfilled in every aspect of my life. I just want to go home. Well, good golly, that's why you're here, to find fulfillment now and find home now in your heart. Okay? Believe it or not, that home you're referring to, and I know what home you're referring to, that's here in your heart now. You can experience that here in your life in this moment in time. Okay? And I think perhaps I feel like maybe we can do a bit of a healing exercise for everyone just collectively on this live stream for whoever wants to join in, like a heart healing. Okay? Tabby says, I have no idea what my purpose has. Been confused since my children left home. Perfect timing. Perfect timing to find that perfect, Tabby. Perfect timing. Mashid says, Brandon, thanks for the messages. Really resonates. Oh, I sent you an email yesterday. Thank you, Mashid. Yes. I got your email. I typically respond on Mondays, so I'll get back to you very soon. I'm looking forward to our session. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the career and finances part, okay? By the way, for those of you guys who want to watch back any of the messages, it will be recorded on YouTube, and I'm going to put timestamps as well, okay? So you guys can go back and watch the love part, the general, and or the career finances, and or the healing part if and when we get into that. All right? Thiv says, I've been using the journey by Brandon Bays that heals the initial experience, that situation that causes layers of emotions, the ticking usually experienced during childhood. Yeah. Aaron says, yes, I've had that feeling and knowing in my soul and bones for years, but it's tough and I often get the urge to give up because it's so difficult. Mm-hmm. Yeah, difficult journey for sure. Just to feel and know, right, to be aware that we're here in this difficult ass 3D physical reality, and it's like it's so much easier in the spiritual world, the higher dimensions. But anyways, we can't dwell too much on that, right? Because we're here for a reason. We got to fulfill that reason, and we got to get it done. And then we can enjoy. And I want to say this too before we move through. I suspect this will be related. When we can properly apply, and I suspect this message will hit with a lot of people as we're going through it, when we have learned to properly apply who we are, our gifts, and our potential here on Earth specifically. And I feel the guides want to comment on this. They're saying it's a very, very special experience. And the only reason why, yes, it's a school, yes, you're learning through it, yes, it's hard knocks, but at the same time, they want you to know, when you have mastered and properly applied how Earth works, how to use your gifts here on Earth, how to master the sciences and the laws, right, the natural laws of Earth, to your advantage in a loving way, Earth is one of the most enjoyable amazing experiences that exists anywhere. Okay. Even better and even different, but different and better in some ways than just being in a higher dimension, not having a body, just being a soul, etc. So remember that. Don't forget that. Is that if you're suffering in that way, and you're really missing home, or you're missing living in a different dimension as a higher, as a soul, remember that Earth is a special experience that not everyone gets to have, where we come intact with our free will and our powers. We don't know how to use them, but we're here to actually master that. And we're here to find out how to live an enjoyable, fulfilling, amazing experience here on Earth. So trust that if that part of you feels unfulfilled, or it feels like it doesn't want to be here, there's still more for you to do to find how you can be fulfilled. You can actually live a very enjoyable life here on Earth, okay? And I'm not going to lie to you. It is about experience. Experience. Persistence. And experience. But it is about persistence. Meaning, sometimes you're going to want to give up. That's a natural part. That's okay. Everyone has that feeling. Whatever you're going through, you're going to want to give up. And those are the times when you got to look deep within your heart in this moment in time, and you got to ask God for an update. And you got to say, okay, God, I don't know why I'm here. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. I've decided we're going to do this healing at the end. So be sure to stay for that, but if you want to. But you got to be willing to ask God, hey, God, what is the update here? Why am I here? What do you want me here for? Okay? What is worth it for me to stay and to keep going as hard as this journey is in whatever area? Please. And he will talk to you. And some of us today will get that message. Okay? I'm going to take us through a little exercise. Anyways, let's move into the career and finances part. Guides and angels, loved ones, masters and wise ones, angels and archangels, the power of unconditional love. Please guide us right now in the area of career and finances, specifically for this group that we're talking to, that we'll see it in the live stream and also on the recorded version. Okay. So the first thing they want to say, interestingly, is they want to congratulate each and every single one of you. They're saying that you've made great progress. Okay, they're saying you've made great progress in this area in particular, in soul, purpose, career, finances. They're saying even if it's not tangible, okay, meaning even if it hasn't manifested itself as actualized results yet in whatever way that's significant to you, they're saying the work you have done in this moment in time of emotionally or spiritually actualizing what that is has been fantastic. So really good job if you're showing up here in the area of career, finances, or business, or your purpose. They're saying really good job. It is a time where we are making progress, where you are showing up for that progress, and you're doing a really, really good job. And I want to say that they are proud of you for that in particular. They're very proud of you, of us, for that. Okay? Now, where there can be some additional energy and insight put into this for progress is they want to bring the question up of where is it, I'm trying to make sure I have this message right, where is it in your life in this moment when it comes to career, when it comes to progress, that there may be a lack, a feeling of lack of dedication, a lack of dedication. They're showing me a part that may lie within us right now in this moment where there's a bit of a disconnection, okay? And it's almost like we know what we need to do, or we have that part more actualized in this moment in time, or we're moving forward towards that peace, slowly but surely. But then there's a bit of a disconnect between our ability to know and feel what that is, and then to have the dedication to it. Okay? The dedication. And specifically by dedication, they mean the consistent awareness that this thing needs to be done, needs to be accomplished, needs to have progress, okay? Needs to have the energy and the attention, okay, that it requires in order for it to grow, in order for the seeds that you're planting to be watered. So they're saying, generally speaking, there may be one of these areas, one or more, but maybe just one of these areas where there isn't that dedication. There's the core parts that you may be actualizing, that you may be feeling, that you may be starting to manifest. But there's the other parts that are needing some watering here. And what they want to tell me about these other parts is it's the parts that are and can be responsible for a long-term fulfillment and long-term growth. Okay? So it's almost like maybe the area right now that's having the most precedent in your life is the strictly financial part. So maybe right now you are strictly involved in the piece that is just involving finances, or mostly involving finances alone, to get that part taken care of, or to create more security around that, or to create more certainty around that. And they're saying in order for you to feel really, truly fulfilled, the other part that revolves around your long-term goals, your long-term deeper fulfillment, that may not be able to pay the bills or contribute much to the bills, two things you have to know that they're bringing forth with that thing. Number one, you have to accept the fact that that thing may not bring in any money right now. Okay. So part of the slowdown there was maybe we realized that long-term thing, or that thing that would fulfill ourselves, maybe there wasn't a dedication to it because right now that thing isn't going to bring us in money. It's not going to bring us in that certainty. And right now we're prioritizing that certainty, that control, like we were channeling before. And so it's the acceptance of that. It's the acceptance of, all right, that thing that's for the long term will fulfill me, and I will feel more fulfilled if I focus my energy on that thing. But I also have to accept it's probably not going to bring me much tangible financial growth at this moment in time. Okay. But they're saying it's most important to have and strike that individual balance between the dedication of both things. Because if they're saying the consequences of just focusing on one thing, one of those things, or let's just say the certain part around finances, okay, in this moment in time, they're saying is and will be a burnout. Is and will be a burnout. Okay? Meaning you'll start to notice yourself, quote unquote, coping, or doing things, acting in ways that may be unhealthy for yourself, or just feeling generally unsatisfied, right? Feeling like you are still looking, right? Still needing to find the thing that makes you tick, okay? Hence the whole conversation around what makes us tick. So they're saying of course, it's okay to just focus on just one thing, right? If it's just for money, that's great. There's a purpose for that. However, solely focusing on that one thing will necessarily lead to a burnout over time. For some of us, quicker than others, right? Depends how long you can keep going with that. They're saying, but to allow yourself to release the other part of the long-term fulfillment, whatever that is, activity is for you, that you can see growing into $1 million a year business for you someday. Allowing yourself to release the need for that thing right now. If you were to put effort into that thing right now in conjunction with the thing that's paying your bills, if you were to release the fact that it's not going to bring you in money, but it's going to fulfill this other part, that will bring a balance to your ability to sustainably keep moving forward, and of course to be complete within yourself, to be complete. They're saying the words, to not have any gaps, to not have any emptiness, to not have any part of you that is seeking elsewhere for that fulfillment. Okay? Also, it will, they're saying, provide you with even more motivation to pay the bills if you're doing this thing in conjunction with it. It will provide you with more natural motivation to do that thing because you get to then have the opportunity to put your energy and your work towards something that has long-term fulfillment for you. Okay? So this message specifically is saying, whatever your situation in life is, the two things that are needed is, yes, the thing that will pay your bills consistently, certainly, the thing that's on schedule, the thing that is, what you need to do right now. That is a must. So if you don't have that, definitely step into that, find that, embrace that. But then also use that as a stepping stone that it is to start to build and create something that is genuinely going to fulfill you, because you know that there's a growth opportunity within it that one day can reach millions of people, whatever your goal is, right? But it can be a very large scale project, business, corporation, whatever that is for you. Okay. And don't worry, they're saying, don't worry within that thing, that secondary thing of equal priority. Don't worry about the money. Don't make that thing, don't make this very specific, don't make that thing make money yet. Okay? Trust that within that thing, because of the seed of what it is, the seed of greatness within it, that will make money automatically when the time is right, when the time comes. But part of what holds us back from pursuing that thing and getting the fulfillment and getting the energy and getting the sustainable drive to do it, okay, part of what holds us back is the fact that we know that thing isn't bringing in money. So let the need for that go, and it will free you up to be able to pursue both your bills as well as that long-term thing. And then trust that the money will come in time when the time is right from that thing. Okay? And it makes sense to me as a human, right? Because again, I know, I'm like, all right, if we just have the thing that's right in front of us that's paying bills and it's just certain, but we don't have anything else that we're working towards, of course, why would we feel motivated to keep going? There's nothing we're aspiring to do. There's nothing we're aspiring to be within our own hearts, right? And they want to say too, and I know this is going to be surprising for some of us, and I see someone, Siren says, I need more energy to get through my day job first. The ironic thing is that thing will give you more energy to get through your day job, will get you through the certainty of paying your bills. That's the ironic thing. We think it won't. We think it'll take away. But planning and allocating time to pursue that thing will increase the energy rather than take away from whatever our day job is. Okay, so we have to, anyways, the message is we have to be willing to allocate equal amounts of time, or at least whatever amount of time feels appropriate, to the long-term project that we are building for ourselves, for our lives, for our community, for the world, without the guarantee of money coming from that thing for however long that takes, or very little money, okay, with the prioritization of the certain way to pay our bills and our finances and take care of the basics, necessities that are required for us here on earth. Okay? All right. And they're saying very specifically that this is everything. This is everything that you'll need right now. Okay? If you take that seriously, if you take that desire, that need to start to take action on that thing, on both those things, you won't need anything else in your life at all. You'll be so consumed with that thing that nothing else will really matter. Okay, because you'll have all of your attention occupied, right? And it's just a matter of attention. If you find yourself in a position, this is how you know I'm talking to you. If you find yourself in a position where, you know, you get your bills done, you do your day job or whatever it is that's paying your bills, and then you have more attention that starts to go to other places that are not productive for you or ultimately aren't healthy for you, that's a sign that you have more attention that wants to be put to something that's built for you for the long term. Okay? All right. Guilty. I'm guilty of that too. For sure. All right. Anything else? No, that's it for that. All right. So that was for career finances. Let's read some questions and then we'll start to, we're going to do the healing. I've decided we're going to do the healing next. Right? The heart healing, the God's message for all of us. And then we're going to go into closing messages from there. Okay? All right. Amy says, oh my gosh, the release in any area, why is it sometimes hard to remember to implement what we already know? Good question. Sometimes we just need a reminder, right? Rainer says, I've been struggling with this for years. Developing my PhD thesis topic right now. Do I center on what I know best or on Case and Steiner because that interests me far more? I think the one that interests you far more, Spacey, is always going to be the best one. For sure. All right. So we're just rocking and rolling today. This is just like a quick live, I guess. It's good. All right. So let me prepare for this for a second and just see what they want to do. All right. Let me set the context for this healing that we're going to do. And just brief instructionally, whatever you're doing, wherever you're at, if you have the opportunity, find a nice, easy spot or quiet spot, and you can put your hands over your heart, and you can close your eyes or keep them open. It's totally up to you. If you want to look like a crazy person in front of your family, your friends, that's great too. It'll get them curious to come watch this next time. And whatever feels most comfortable for you, okay? But the context is that there's a message, all right? There's a message that your heart and or God and or source wants to give to you in this moment in time, all right? Something that you need to know in order to keep going, okay? And so let this be received by you. It could be in the form of a vision. It could be in the form of emotions. It could be in the form of a knowingness. It could be anything like that. But it's going to be some type of true confirmational, it'll confirm some things, message for you in your heart that will allow you the main reason why you need to keep going. Okay, something for you specifically. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. And so everyone just take a second, and you can have both hands in your heart just like this. And we're going to be taking a big breath in through the nose, holding at the top, letting it all go in this particular moment, and just finding ourselves settled down into our heart chakra. And specifically, I want us all to just let go of anything right now in the mind that's distracting you, right? Anything at all, no matter what your environment is, letting that go. Detaching, they're saying, detaching from the mind. and just coming into the presence that your heart has to offer for you, the clarity. They want you to relax into the clarity of what your heart has to offer for you in this moment in time. Okay? And to just open to it, allow your heart to open to you, and to just be with it. And be prepared to receive in this moment a message that you need to know in order for you to persist. The messages persist. Okay. And when you're ready, I want you to ask your heart in this moment, God, source universe, creator of all that is, was, and ever will be. What is the message that I need to know in this moment in time to allow me the need and the ability to persist beyond all circumstances that I'm being put through in this moment in time? What is the purpose for my existence here on earth? And I'm just going to speak, and I want you guys to just feel. You can say along with me if you want, but I want you to just allow these words to hit your heart and just listen to it, okay? That's all you got to do, is just listen to it, okay? Please allow me, God, creator of all that is, was, and ever will be, to receive the message that I need to know right now in my heart's truth about why I am here, what you want from me, why I need to keep going in my life despite these circumstances in this particular moment. Please, God, reveal the truth to me in this moment in time. Please show me, tell me, let me know and understand why I am here on earth right now. What is it that I will get to do, perform, experience, be, and have in this lifetime that makes my experience worthwhile, that makes my life worthwhile? And what is it that other people need from me? What is it that other people on this earth need from me that I'm uniquely designed to be able to embody and to be able to give to them? God, please reveal what would make it truly, truly worthwhile for me to continue going, knowing that without this information I would not have, I don't know, I can't see, I wouldn't have the fuel, the resources, the inspiration to continue on, God. Please fill me here and now with this source, with this inspiration, to allow in the messages, the light, the understanding of who I really am. Please show me my future self and show me an image that I can remember as to why I am here on earth and why this time is important to me in this moment in time. Please show me why I have no other way, no other alternative because of this future to continue on to my path right now. And God, I'm willing in this moment in time, now and for the collective, to receive in my heart the real reason of why I'm here. And I allow that in fully, so that every breath I take, every cell that I create, every piece of energy that I have can go towards this existence, here and now. Now and forevermore, and in the future. God, I choose to dedicate myself to this particular motivation, this particular purpose. I choose to drop all other realities that are not of your reality, your timeline for me, and pursue it with everything that I have in my heart, in my body, my mind, my soul. And I promise you, God, I will not give up. I promise you, God, I will never give up because I am for you. I am for this. And I know, God, I will never, ever be lost ever again, so long as I come back to this truth and understanding. Good. All right. Slowly come on back, everyone. Whenever you're ready. And let us know, anyone who wants to share in the chat what they experienced. If they experienced anything, if they experienced any images, feelings, knowingness in their hearts, in their minds, their souls. There's something that everyone needed to see. And the reason why it's important is because that thing right there, that was God's timeline for you. God's timeline for you. And whether you saw it or see it now, you just being in this energy right now, you have access to that. And you can ask God later on if you want what that timeline is for you. Okay? And you may have to let some stuff go, emotions and things like that first before it really comes in, but that's what, there's a timeline that God has, your highest timeline that He wants for you, that if nothing else, that is the reason you are here. That is the main thing that you can have, that you can experience. Okay? So, and feel free as well. So that was absolutely channeled. Okay? I think someone said they felt Archangel Metatron and Melchizedek, yeah. And if you guys want to check or redo that healing or go through it again, feel free, okay? Maybe multiple times when you're in a quieter spot or whatever. But that'll be on my YouTube channel, okay? Okay. All right. So we're going to start to close out as well with final messages, okay? With where we're all at in the collective, what's going on. You're welcome. And to see what it is they want us to know, okay? You're welcome, everyone. Thank you. All right. Final messages, guides and angels, loved ones, masters and wise ones, angels and arcanists, the power of unconditional love. What is it we need to know now for our greatest and highest good in love and in life and in all areas in this moment in time? Okay. Never, ever forget, no matter what you believe in, I'm saying it's very important, no matter what you believe in, no matter what your belief system is, you are all God's children. No matter what religion you come from, no matter what belief system you have, no matter what you feel towards God, you are all His children. And what it means to be a child of God is to seek the light of God. The term we use in the spiritual community is light worker. Okay? What does a light worker do? Well, a light worker works with light, but he or she has to seek the light first in order to work with it. Am I right? So to be a child of God is simply to mean that you seek God in all things. That you trust that if you go towards the light, if you go towards God in any situation you're in, you will always, always, always find that it's for you, for your highest good, not against you, not bad, not setting you back. It's for you. And that it comes simply from the love that needs to be shared with you, that any experience that comes to you, no matter how unpleasant, no matter how negative, comes from love, comes from God's love specifically, and is ultimately giving you the opportunity to seek to Him, to seek Him once again. Seek Him once again. In any situation, we always have a choice. And that choice is to separate, to disconnect, to allow ourselves to go, I don't want to look at the light. I don't want to look at God. I want to just go a different way. And that's a perfectly valid choice, by the way. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no judgment there at all. But in that decision, realize that you are cutting off your supply of perspective, of love. You are cutting off your supply of the perspective of love. And when you cut off the perspective of love, you get lost. And sometimes when you get lost, it's hard to find your way back in your lifetime. You'll always find your way back eventually, but it's hard to find your way back in your lifetime sometimes. And we, all of us, can and have gone lifetimes where we have been lost, where we disconnected ourselves willingly, out of choice, and we did not come back for a while. And sometimes that choice still makes itself apparent. Some of us are still going through the opportunities to continuously choose whether we are going to be light seekers, children of God, light workers in every possible situation, or we are going to disconnect from it. And while there's never any rush to come back to God. There's never any rush to come back to God. He's saying the faster that you can make that choice now, in your situation right now, that you're going to choose to believe. Not easy, that you're going to choose to believe that that is the best path. To have faith, to have understanding, to seek the light, to seek love within. So the sooner you can make that choice, the easier and the more understanding you will have about who you really are and what you really want. Because it's too difficult to understand who you really are and what it is you really want if you're disconnected from the thing that gave you life itself. And let me make one thing clear. We can have all of the technology you could have every possible piece of technology in the world. Things that will satisfy every possible human need or desire physically. Everything. Whether that's video games, whether that's brain implants, whether that's DNA implants, whatever the heck it is. Things that are proclaimed to make the human race better or fulfilled in every single way. But none of that will ever, in a million years, technology alone, and we've made this mistake in the past, which is why it's coming through now. We've made the mistake of believing that technology alone will be everything we need to fulfill all of our needs and desires. And it will not. Technology is an amazing thing, but we have to combine that technology with the understanding of who we are, with the understanding that we've made the choice to always seek the light in every situation, and that we are God's children, seekers of light, light workers. And that to seek anything else out besides that truth, or to disconnect ourselves from that truth and then to seek a replacement for it, will and always will be a recipe for complete disaster here on earth. Always. It's an illusion that technology can fill and be what we need in our lifetimes. And we will have that choice again in this lifetime. So start now to make that choice, to start to cultivate your decision, who you are, where you're going, what you want, and what you're going to be. Because if you are connected to Him, to the light, to Source, to everything, you'll be able to help in amazing ways, greater than you ever thought possible. You'll be able to help change the earth and the world. You'll be able to change the world. If you thought when you were a child, literally a child in this lifetime, physically as a human, that so one day you were going to change the world, that's because you were born with that seed of greatness inside of you that He wants to remind you of right now. But that only comes when you've made that choice that I'm going to be fully connected and I'm going to choose love and I'm going to choose the light path every single time, no matter what I'm in. And I'm going to allow myself to receive as well that love, because I'm worthy of receiving that love too. Because as a light worker, someone chooses the light, I choose to be worthy, and I am worthy of receiving all the gifts that come with that too. And then I will use those gifts to be able to help others on earth who are struggling and who are lost. But that is a choice. That is a choice. And as hard as it may be to see that right now and to look at that right now, it's a decision that has to be made inside. A hard one, but a necessary one that will dictate the rest of your life. Truly will change the rest of your life. What you're going to be, who you are, what you're going to do, your life trajectory. But don't be scared. Don't be scared. Okay? Greatness will be thrust upon you. Greatness will be thrust upon you as you look within and make that decision. Greatness will be thrust upon you. You won't even realize it. You won't even know. But greatness will be instilled within you. Okay? So don't hesitate. And know that there is no wrong choice. There's no wrong belief here. There's no wrong timeline for this. But that's the most important choice that we can make in this moment as a humanity, as a society at this particular time. Whether we're going to be of the light, or we're going to choose to disconnect from that, from our own light, and be lost. Two different realities that await us, by the way. Very real. This isn't like, there's two different realities they're showing me right now. One made from that light and the other one lost, disconnected, barren, dark. I see them. Two different versions of the same planet Earth. Okay? So we need all of you to decide that so that you can go and be the same thing for other people. Because maybe we're talking to, or we'll end up talking to a few hundred people on these live streams, or 500 or whatever it ends up being, and that's okay. But guess what? Within that, those 500 people, whoever of those 500 people decide, I'm going to make that choice and I'm going to go of the light and be everything I can be of the light, those 500 people are going to wake up another 500 people each, and then we're at 1 million before you know it. And then we're at 5 million. Then we're at 5 billion. And before you know it, the entire earth has decided to connect to their own truth, their own self, and their own light, and change the world. And to just live and allow everyone to live a beautiful existence, because that's what I want. Why else are we here but to allow the opportunity for everyone on this planet to live a beautiful existence, not of suffering. No more suffering. No more homelessness. No more starvation. No more disease. No more politics, destruction. Okay? Never belonged here. So it's up to us, honestly, it's up to us to set that trajectory for the world. And we could use every single one of you. And if you don't think you are important or that you matter, you have a big enough purpose to be really who I'm talking to, no, I'm talking to you, because every single one of you who watch later on or watching now, believe me, you have a very big purpose inside of you, but you only have to access it through God and the light. Okay? Believe it. Believe it. You weren't just put here for a coincidence. You weren't just put here by an accident. All right? You were here for a very specific purpose and a very specific timing. And we need you. We need you. We need all of you. Okay? So do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes in your life right now to get your stuff ready, to get your stuff in order, and give yourself an opportunity to do that. Okay? Right now, physically prepare in a very 3D way, get your stuff together, get your stuff organized, get ready so that you can serve God in his mission, in all of our missions. Get ready. Whatever it is you have to do, whatever it is you have to organize, whatever it is you have to pursue, work, do, okay, do it. Because something much bigger is at stake here. Something much bigger is coming as well. And we want you to be ready for that. Okay? That's it. They're saying end. That's the message. Okay? Thank you all. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I'll just leave us with this. This is from me. Ooh. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the comments, the engagement. And I just appreciate you guys showing up here today. It helps to clarify for me as well where I'm going, what I need to do. So thank you for helping me to facilitate that mission. If you guys want more of this, I believe what I got during my own healing was actually my YouTube channel is probably the thing that I was most concerned that wasn't making money that I took some effort off of. So probably that's the thing I'm needing to balance out and to put out more content in addition with the ways I'm paying my bills. So you can follow me on YouTube. Check me out at it's called Brandon Tobias. Probably lots of energy updates and motivational messages, things like that. If you guys want to join the free Discord community, it's called Twin Soul Rising. There will be a link in the description box on YouTube and the profile bio here on TikTok. And if you guys want a personal session with me, a personal psychic channeled reading, I offer those as well. My website, brandontobias.com, as well as monthly coaching opportunities, okay? So you can check all of that out. And if you guys have any questions for me or want to get in touch and, ask or share what you want, feel free to email me at brandon.tobias888@gmail.com. Okay? All right. Love and light to all of you guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye for now.